My name is Ella Hart. I am 28. I work for a small agency in LA as a special needs actress. My job is to play specific roles. Someone is late wife, someone is first love, someone is therapist. I have an extremely moldable face and a professional code of never asking questions. That day, he slid me a folder. On the cover was a photo. A woman, brown curly hair, light green eyes, a tiny more under her right eye. Name, Isabel Castro. Car accident 3 years ago. She was 26.
The client is her ex-fiancé, Arthur Morrison, tech founder, Forbes list. He needs someone to play her. 1 session a week, 1 hour, $5,000 an hour.
Play a dead person?
Play someone he has not let go of yet. The job is to help him say goodbye properly. You are the best in this business because after you perform, you disappear completely.
I will take it.
I keep telling myself it's nothing, that I'm just imagining things. But every time I look at him, I feel this doubt.
Hello.
Hello, Arthur.
She'd lift the pitch at the end when she said my name. Can you do that?
Ella Helt, I can. Arthur.
You pass. Your hour starts now.
Diary scans from 7 to 26. 47 letters, 3,000 posts. I read all of it. What I had to play was not a dead person. What I had to play was someone who was still remembered by the living.
What are you most afraid of?
Enclosed spaces. Locked in a storage closet when I was a child.
That's Isabella's answer. I'm asking you. You. You're not her. But you can be you. I want to know your answer.
I hate being seen as a replacement.
Then why'd you take this job?
Because the price for a replacement is high.
You're honest. She wouldn't say it like that. She'd take 3 detours before telling you the answer. You don't. That's the difference between the two of you.
He said it like it was a fact. Not a complaint, not a compliment, just a fact, and I didn't know what to do with that.
Do you want me to keep playing her or be this difference?
I want to see the difference. I want to see who you are.
I'm Ella Hart, your replacement actress. You said last time you wanted to see who I am. This is the real version.
She never wore white shirts. She said white made her look too serious.
I'm not her.
I know. But when you walked in without wearing her colors, I saw you fully present in this room for the first time. Not her shadow, you. Where are you from?
Los Angeles. Born and raised.
Why did you take this job in Buenos Aires? I just don't opinião of that.
Because the pay was good and I needed to pay rent.
Will you come next week?
The contract says 12 sessions.
I mean, will you come as of yourself?
I can.
Good. See you next week, Ella.
See you next week, Arthur. See you next week, Arthur.
I had it 3 times before you came. It's good. No business dinners, just myself.
You eat alone?
I used to come here with Isabel. Then I came alone. Now there are 2 of us.
When you hired me to be a stand-in, your goal was to pull her out of your heart. Do you still feel the need to pull her out?
Yes. That day I sat in the living room waiting for you. I was ready to say goodbye. But after you sat down, you said one thing, "Hello, Arthur." You said it in your own voice. Isabel's voice is half a tone lower than yours. The moment I heard the difference, I knew.
Knew what?
Knew I don't want to say goodbye. I want to say hello to someone who doesn't wear her colors, doesn't use her voice, doesn't have the mole under her eye. I can take it down.
Why?
The person who remembered her has become the person who remembers me. She's sitting in my study.
You took it down.
I took it down. The empty space stays. A new person can have a new position.
Who is the new person?
The new person is standing in my study asking me who the new person is. Light blonde hair, voice half a tone higher than Isabel's. She pauses 3 seconds before answering a question. Gray sweater today, standing right in front of me. She's Ella Hart, a woman I hired to play a stand-in. But she stopped being a stand-in before the 12th session. If you stay, not renewing, but staying in this position, can you accept that?
I need time.
How long?
The day the contract ends.
The 12th meeting. It was written in the contract as the last one, but I didn't wear a wig. I didn't have a mold patch. All of it. Her diary, her letters, her social media records, printed and here. The contract is over.
What's this? What if I don't want you as a stand-in?
What do you want me to be?
I want you to stay here, not as a stand-in, as yourself, Ella Hart.
How much do you know about me?
You press your lips together in white shirts. You pause 3 seconds for a question. Your thumb presses your finger when you're uncomfortable. You smile right, not left. You and her mirror imagers.
You even notice which side of my mouth lifts?
12 sessions, a new detail each time. The 12th, the way you held it, like it was something you were protecting, not something you were handing over.
The contract is over.
The contract is over. But I want to start another one. Not a contract.
The 12th meeting, the last one on the contract, but 7 days after it ended, he sent a message.
You're not wearing the contract clothes.
I thought this isn't a contract meeting.
No, it isn't.
He said, I want to take you to dinner, without files, without KPIs, without a countdown timer.
This is the first non-contract drink.
Why did you decide to?
I didn't open the file, the one you gave me at the door that day.
Why not?
Every time I thought about opening it, I found myself thinking about you. Not about what was in the file, about you.
The file contains Isabel.
The file contains Isabel. But the person I want to remember is Ella.
You hired me to forget her.
I hired you to hate her. I paid a stranger to sit in my living room and wear her face, so I could feel nothing when I saw her again. The job of the stand-on is over. Have you considered transitioning from actress to permanent resident?
What's the definition of a permanent resident?
The definition is you don't need to prepare before each meeting. You can just show up, wear what you want, say what you want, sit where you choose.
Are you proposing?
If I were proposing, I'd ask more formally. I'm doing option research.
When does the option research conclusion come out?
Depends on your feedback. Your feedback is...
Does the permanent resident clause include keeping cats?
Cats can be allowed. The clause can be added.
Then I need a revised proposal.
Next week, same restaurant, I'll bring a handwritten proposal.
He brought the handwritten proposal, cream white paper. The proposal, reclassify Ella Hart from actress to permanent resident. Proposal received. Needs review time.
Review cycle?
Maybe a month. Maybe longer.
What can I do during the review period?
The non-contract dinners can continue. And there's something else you can let me do. I want to put a new photo up in your study.
A new photo?
I took one at Santa Monica Pier last week. Standing in the sunset. No wig. The smile tilts right. Want to see it?
Yes. Can I have this printed and hang it on that wall?
That spot has been empty for 4 weeks.
It has been empty for 4 weeks waiting for you to take this photo.
The following week, I had the Santa Monica Pier photo printed and framed. Dark wood frame. I brought it to his study.
Let me. It's there. You're there.
That's a photo.
I know. But where a photo hangs, that wall has accepted new content. The old content wasn't erased, just moved aside. The new content takes the main position. That's my life now.
Where did you move the old content to?
The old photo, it's in my bedroom drawer now. I still look at it sometimes. But what hangs on the wall is what you want to see every day. What I want to see every day is this. Next review session, what will your answer be?
I'll tell you at the next review.
Our first real date. He took me to the observatorium. Quietest night. 2 tickets. A place to stand side by side and look at the stars.
Do you recognize any of these constellations?
I grew up in LA. You can't see many here.
I can help you find them. I know some amateur astronomy.
Why did you learn it?
Isabel loved the stars. I learned it so I'd have something to talk about with her. But then I genuinely started liking it. Now, the brightest one up there is Vera in Lyra, about 25 light years away. What we're seeing now is light from 25 years ago.
Do you miss having someone to teach the stars to?
I don't miss teaching, but I miss having someone who listens. You're listening now.
I'm listening.
Then I'll tell you the names of all the remaining stars.
Second date. He took me to an old bookstore. Not the kind with categories. Books from floor to ceiling. One narrow aisle.
This is from a long time ago.
You kept this book?
I did. But it's been here on consignment for 3 years. No one bought it. I came here today to show you. Old books can stay on old shelves. New books have new flyleafs. New books. Write 3 words for me.
What words?
Page 1. 19. $1923. You'll know which day.
This is page 1.
Let's go.
Week 8. My review cycle was nearing its end. He held up his end of our agreement, a non-contract dinner each week. I kept to mine a still under review update after dinner. But on the 8th week dinner, I brought my answer. Review complete.
Conclusion?
Conclusion, I accept the permanent resident classification. One additional clause I would like to request.
What additional clause?
Permission to put a plant in the study, a potus. It does not need to bloom.
Permanent resident, signature. Your additional clause is approved. The potterus can be in place by next weekend.
What do I do until then?
Until then, you can keep sitting across from me at dinner, not playing a stand-in, being yourself.
First week as a permanent resident. I did not move in yet. That was the next step. But my belongings started appearing in his space, slow, steady. First the potterus I chose on the study windows till, then a novel I was reading left on the sofa arm, then a pair of slippers by his in the shoe closet.
This is a new proposal.
Another one?
There is a new one every day. They will keep coming. Because you keep changing.
You engraved my name initials.
I did. One key. If one day you need to open this door with it, it is ready whenever.
I started staying 3 days a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. Not a contract schedule, his idea. A transitional rhythm. He said take it slow, moving all at once might trigger your fear of being a replacement. Graded deployment.
Graded deployment.
You are breaking down my moving into a system deployment?
I describe progress in a language you understand. Target state, fully deployed. Current progress, 40%. Next batch, the first layer of the closet. Status stable, 40%. Bethiat sound marrying al air its place.
What percentage of your total closet space does the first layer take up?
8%, but that is a strategic position, because it is passed by every morning.
You are calculating the percentage of your space my belongings take up?
I am. But it is not your space percentage. It is my space being filled with things worth more.
Third month. My belongings now occupy about 30% of the space. The potterus has grown a full circle. I bought a new pot. He handed me the soil as I worked. That afternoon, we sat on the study floor, fingers in the dirt, knees touching. You used to plant things with Isabel?
Yes, she loved roses. I planted a patch in the backyard. After she left half withered, I transplanted the rest into pots. They're on the balcony now. I kept them, but the meaning changed. They used to be what she left. Now they're what I take care of.
How long have you taken care of them?
3 years. They bloom every year. For about a week each time. Every year when they bloom, I sit on the balcony for a while.
When they bloom this year, can I sit with you?
When they bloom this year, the seat next to me is already reserved.
4th month. The roses in the backyard have bloomed. Not peak summer, the second round in early autumn. Only 5 or 6 blooms. Deep red, petals curled at the edges like they have been pressed by time.
Come look.
They bloomed.
You prepared new chairs.
The old one was only one chair, needed 2.
You have been sitting here alone every year?
3 years.
This year is not the same.
Not the same. I want to make more chairs. Not just for you as frames. For new plants you might bring. For everything new that enters your life after this.
Your balcony will be full of chairs.
A balcony full of chairs. That is the physical version of being filled by one person.
5th month. I officially moved in. Not graded deployment anymore. Full boxes, books, clothes, the potteress, a whole tea set. All moved into Morrison Villa. He stood on the porch that day, watching the moving truck leave, then turned to face me.
Current progress?
98%.
What is the missing 2%?
What is the missing 2%?
The missing 2% is you have not decided what to put on the seconds of the bathroom cabinet.
Month 7. He replaced the AH initials on the keyring. Swapped them for the full spelling, Ella Hart. He said the abbreviation period is over. Now it needs the full name.
The abbreviation period is over. Now it needs the full name.
Why the full name?
Because an abbreviation is a code name. A full name is an identity. After you return the apartment, your keychain will only have one key. This door S.
And will you carry the keychain I gave you?
Yes. You are keeping the old key.
Keeping it because there is still one lock I need to open. I will take it off after I return the apartment next week. Because this keychain carries the record of every version update, from stand-in to resident.
Version updates will keep going.
I know. I am already planning for the next version. Month 8. I brought up a topic myself about Isabel. When I spoke, I could feel my breath was shallower than usual by half a beat. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you still love her?
I did, and that love was real. But now it is moving from the person in memory to the person sitting across from me.
Can you tell the difference?
Yes. I spent a long time confirming this. The way I confirmed it, every time I am with you, I do not think of her. When you stand there, the empty space on that wall gets filled. Not with the same thing, with something new. New things do not need to be compared with old ones.
When you see her photo, do you think of me?
No. Because she is not in this room anymore. You are. When I see you, I do not need to think of anyone.
Month 9. He submitted the 7th proposal. Handwritten letter, edges cut cleaner than before. One sentence, consider upgrading from permanent resident to person who shares the surname with the homeowner. Not forced, an option. Sharing a surname means marriage.
It means marriage. But if that word makes you uneasy, we can use another word. Binding. Joint account. Second signature line on the same tax return. Pick a term that feels safe to you.
You are afraid of that word.
I am afraid of you being afraid of it. I can wait until you are not afraid anymore.
While I am waiting, I can keep sitting on your balcony, on the 2nd chair.
Okay.
And you stay immune as Mile and Ducks. Then I can wait as long as it takes.
Month 10. I started thinking about the weight of that word. Not alone. We were cooking together in the kitchen. He was cutting onions. After he cut one, he turned the cutting board so I could reach it from where I was without moving. You turned the cutting board.
Because your dominant hand is the right hand. The original direction required you to reach further. After I turned it, your standing position does not change. The distance your hand has to travel is shorter.
You even measured my arm length?
Visual estimation, within 3% error margin.
You adjust everything to fit me?
I do not adjust things. I adjust space. Because I want you to be able to stand exactly where you are and reach everything you need.
What if I need something on the top shelf?
I have a ladder, or I will carry you. You choose.
Month 11. The second round of rosebuds started appearing on the backyard roses. I check every morning. One morning, I was counting buds. I got to 7 when he walked out holding a cup of coffee.
This year, second round will be 3 more than last year, he said before I even asked.
This year, second round will be 3 more than last year.
You counted?
I did. Last year, record was 11. This year, I count 14 beads so far. 3 might not open, but at least 11.
You turned rose blooming into annual comparative data?
I keep data records on everything you care about. Growth rate, bloom duration, opening order. I finished this year baseline during the first round.
You recorded the first round data?
First bloom, June 12. Last bloom, June 21, 10 days. 2 more than last year. The extra 2 days are exactly when you started coming to see them every morning.
Are you saying they bloomed longer because I came to see them?
I do not know, but I recorded the correlation. Correlation data shows when you stand next to them, the budding rate is about 12% faster.
You even measured that?
No precision instruments needed, just 3 minutes at the same spot every day watching the same branch. Naked eye observation is enough.
What did you observe?
I observed when you are near the flowers, the wind passes between you and them. There is something stable in that gap. I do not know how to describe it with data, but I will keep observing.
Month 12. I counted. From the first time I walked into Morrison Villa, 365 days. Not the contract period, my own count. That morning when I woke up, he was already in the kitchen.
Your footsteps were slower than usual this morning. 3 beats slower. You are thinking about something.
I am counting days.
How many?
365.
You are counting from our first meeting?
From the day I played the stand-in to today.
You were never one. Replacements need an original to compare against. You are not in any comparison system anymore. You are the only sample.
What if your only sample requests an upgrade?
Are you submitting an upgrade request?
I am answering the question you asked in month 10.
The shared surname question?
My answer is yes. But we need to rename it, not marriage. I call it, I put my door key in the same tray as yours. Every morning when you take yours, you touch mine.
Received. New agreement recorded. Terms: every morning when I take my key, I touch yours. Duration indefinite.
We held a small registration ceremony in the backyard that week. Not a wedding, a key placement confirmation ceremony.
You spent a year as a stand-in and ended up becoming the homeowner. Did you know this from the very beginning?
At first, I only knew I needed the money. Later, I found out I needed something else.
Something else?
I needed someone who would lower the shelves by 5 centimeters without being asked.
The most successful part of your performance, you even fooled yourself.
I didn't fool myself. Halfway through playing the stand-in stood up. It didn't want to play anymore.
3 more buds than the same time last year.
He said it's growing.
Month 13. Phase 1 of the key co-location. Every morning he would be somewhere kitchen, study entrance with his key or not. But the two keys were always side by side in the tray.
Some mornings I watched. Some mornings I did not. Every time I picked up my key, it had shifted from where I left it.
You touched my key this morning. I can see it was moved 0.3 centimeters to the right. Matches your dominant hand.
So you know when I have touched yours too?
I do. First data point of every morning. If it is still there, you have not woken yet. Moved, you have left with my key warmth.
What do you do with that data point?
Just archive it. Evidence of being remembered. Does not need analysis.
Month 14. The roses in the backyard bloomed a second round. 17 flowers more than last year. He took a photo one evening, framed it, and hung it here next to the Santa Monica port picture.
Left is you shining out in the world. Right is what you have seen since you stayed. 2 photos together, they make the complete version of you here.
He stood behind me for a moment. What if there is a third one?
The third one is you standing with the flowers. Next bloom season, I will take it.
When is the next bloom season?
About 9 months.
You put next year's bloom on your schedule?
Only says watch the flowers with Ella, no date. I will know before the buds.
What if I have work that day?
I will keep them until you see them. Bloom season usually lasts 7 to 10 days. Whenever you are free, the flowers will be open.
He said, I will keep them until you see them. Whenever you are free, the flowers will be open. Month 15. I started cleaning old photos from my phone. Scrolled to the first ones. The cream knit, the brown wig, the mole.
That is your onboarding photo.
Onboarding photo sounds like a job.
It used to be a job, then it was not.
I played her 10 times. The 11th time I started playing myself. But it took me 10 months to fully step out of her.
How long did it take you?
I did not spend time walking away. I just saw you and the walking away completed itself.
So you turned faster than I did.
Not faster, different. I turned because you appeared. You turned because you needed to confirm I would not confuse you with her. The way you smile right side, hers was left. Your voice is a half step higher. You paused to think before you answer. She did not. Those differences filled my attention from the first day. 2 journeys, different lengths, but they arrive at the same place.
Month 16. We went to the flower market. He picked. I vetoed. We came home with the smallest one because its pot matched the study.
They're a pair. One is your first version, one is your current version.
The pothos was here when I came. You picked the snake plant.
So the windowsill now has 2 versions. One represents you arriving, one represents you staying. They'll grow together. And they won't compete for nutrients. The pothos roots are shallow, the snake plant roots go deep. Their growth zones don't overlap.
You're using plant roots to explain our relationship?
I'm using plant roots to explain how we share space without crowding each other. You don't need to become like me. You just need to root at your own depth. I root at mine. Then we share the same soil.
You picked well.
I picked it because its texture reminds me of your real hairline, the one I saw before you put on the wig. Firm, unflazing.
You remember my real hairline?
I remember every detail you revealed after taking off the disguise. Because those are you.
Month 17. He took an old box from the desk drawer. Deep blue velvet, edges worn white. He placed it on the table without opening it.
What is it?
Things Isabel left me. I've kept them for 3 years, never dealt with them.
You want to deal with them today?
I want you to decide how to handle them, because if you're going to be a long-term collaborator of this house, you need the right to participate in the disposal of old archives.
You kept them for 3 years.
3 years.
Inside, a silver ring, an unopened letter, a faded Polaroid. Isabel standing by the same backyard flower pots, a few years older than I am now, smile tilted to the left.
Because today I wanted this room to no longer have unfinished files. Not because she wasn't important, because she's no longer in the current running process. I put her things in here. Then this compartment gets placed in the top drawer of the desk. Not forgotten. Archived. Archive complete. The old can be looked at, but the new is on the desk.
Month 18. We started discussing the next phase. Not a wedding. A load balancing plan, financial merge, emergency contact sync, mutual will clauses. You wrote life planning as an IT document?
Because communicating in a format you're used to makes it easier for you to review.
You wrote a life plan that can be exited or modified at any time.
Because safety requires an exit. If the exit is always open, you know you're not trapped. Someone who stays when they're not trapped, that's a real choice.
You drew our final state.
I drew it. I drew it, but only the outline. The content is empty, waiting for you to fill it.
You planned an exit, you drew an outline, but you left the content blank. What if I never fill it?
Then the outline stays as it is. That's still a state, and it's still ours.
He drew a circle and left it empty for me. Not because I have to fill it. Because he trusts that I will, when I'm ready. Month 19, Proposal 8. This time, it wasn't handwritten. It was a vinyl record. Cover said Proposal, Audio Format.
Ella, Proposal 8, Audio Format. Some things don't work on paper. Part 1. The first day you walked into the Morrison villa, I saw you in the doorway and I knew you weren't her. But I kept the contract, because I wanted to see more differences. Part 2, the 10th session. I asked what you were most afraid of. You paused for 3 seconds before answering. That wasn't Isabel's pause, it was yours. Part 3, the day you took the photo down from the wall. I stood in front of that empty wall and knew what the space was for. Not another person's photo. Time for you to stand next to that spot.
Part 1, the day you adjusted the cabinet shelves, I wasn't there. But later I stood in the kitchen and reached the top shelf without standing on my toes. I knew you had done something I couldn't see.
Part 2, the day you put the key tray in the entrance, I didn't say anything, but the next morning I touched your key before leaving. Part 3, the first bloom of the year, you said there were 3 more buds than last year. I asked how you knew. You said you counted. That was the first time you expressed I care in data.
Side B archived.
Will you listen to it?
When I need to, especially when you're away or I wake up and you're not there.
You wake up looking for me?
About 3 times a week. I check the dent in your pillow. If it's flat, you've been gone a while. If the contour is still there, you just left. Either way, I wait, because you always come back.
Month 20. Our first joint business trip, a tech summit in San Francisco. He was the keynote speaker. I was the accompanying spouse.
That hyphen wasn't added by me. The conference printed it wrong.
They printed it wrong.
But I didn't ask them to correct it.
You didn't ask them to correct it?
Because the hyphen looked right there, even though it was a mistake. Mistakes are sometimes the most real signals in the data.
Do you want me to change it?
No,
Then we keep the mistake.
we keep it. The wrong version sometimes has more reference value than the right one.
A mistake, printed by someone who didn't know us.
And you decided to keep it?
Because it's true.
Month 20. We stayed one extra day in San Francisco. He took me to a hidden leather workshop.
We're making a key pouch for 2 keys, side by side with a gap. So when you reach for yours, you won't touch mine, or you can choose to.
I watched the leather being cut, pressed, punched. 2 silver snaps hammered in.
That gap, it's space for choice. When you need to, you touch. When you don't, it's always there. It's now a permanent item in your pocket.
The first thing I did was put your key inside.
The gap he designed so narrow that my finger would touch both edges either way. Month 21. I made a decision. I went to the Santa Monica Pier. Same spot, same sunset. But the person in the frame was different. 2 photos side by side, same background, same banyard, 3 years apart.
Do you see the difference?
I do.
What is it?
Her shoulders are closed. Yours are open.
She was 26, I'm 29, 3 years opened my shoulders.
Time is one variable. The other, you stood there knowing someone was waiting for you to come back.
You noticed I was looking at the road?
I did. You were measuring the route back.
Now I don't need to measure anymore.
You know the road, and you know someone's waiting at the end of it.
The road is familiar. Keys in my pocket. The distance has become data I don't need to calculate.
The road is familiar now. The keys are in my pocket. And someone is waiting at the end. Month 22. The backyard roses entered their dormant season.
Ella.
Pruned, tied to the stakes, standing still through winter.
They'll wake up next spring.
I know. I'm just watching them rest. They're very quiet.
Like you when you first came.
You think I was in a dormant state when I first came?
You stood in the doorway and stepped over the threshold with your left foot first. You looked at the living room window, then at the end of the hallway. You were measuring the exit. Now you stand here in front of these dormant roses, holding tea, looking at empty branches. You don't look back at the doorway. You don't check the exit anymore. You trust it will be pointed to you when you need it.
Will you point it out to me?
I will. But you don't need it now. You already know where the exit is. You choose not to take it.
Next spring when they wake up.
He said he'd stand next to me and watch.
Month 23. An email from Isabel's mother. She wanted to meet the person living in her daughter's place.
Isabel's mother wants to meet me.
Do you want to go?
I don't know.
Then I'll go with you.
You look different from the photos.
Which photos?
The ones Isabel sent me when she first started seeing Arthur. She sent me a lot. You don't stand the same way she did. Do you feel comfortable in that house?
Yes.
That's what I needed to hear. I was worried he'd replaced her with someone who was always uncomfortable. But you look easy.
Easy?
Like you've been there longer than you actually have. You're not afraid of me.
I'm not.
Why?
Because for 10 months I practiced being her replacement. And for 10 months after that I practiced being myself. I know the difference now.
If she were still here, she would have liked you.
After the meeting, I came home and stood in the study. 2 photos on the wall, but there was an empty space next to them.
You took a third one.
You took it at the pier. You decide where it goes?
Left is where you started. Right is what you have here. The middle is the transition between them.
The middle is now.
Now is in the center. Left and right are the past and what remains. now takes up the longest part.
So the wall tells a sequence now?
It tells your sequence. From the first day at the pier, to what you found after you stayed, to where you are now.
3 photos on the same wall. Left, center, right, past, present, what grows.
Month 24. 2 years since I first walked into Morrison Villa. That morning I woke up and he was already in the kitchen.
Every proposal from month 10 to month 22, 7 versions, some on paper, 1 on vinyl.
You kept all of them.
They're the terms, but the term sheet is infinite now. Last proposal. Blank card, content to be determined. I'll sign first. Maybe you'll never fill it. Maybe you'll fill it 20 years later. Either way, it's valid. You can write anything. Your name, the date we started, a hyphen between our names. Keep it. First day of month 24, first breakfast, not the conclusion of a final proposal. The first day of no longer needing proposals.
No more proposals?
No more. All the terms are already running in daily practice.
No more proposals. Just a pot of soup and a pot of coffee, heating side by side on the stove every morning from now on.